Hi, welcome to a quick presentation that I've prepared on using APA style in your written work. Overview of what we're going to look at. We're going to look at how to cite periodical literature, uh, appropriate referencing for books, how to cite electronic sources such as web pages or other online documents, using scholarly writing style in any presentations that you create, and how to use APA style in your online discussion board posts. It's important to always refer to the publication manual of the American Psychological Association. In this course, we're using the 6th edition, and there you will find specific guidelines and instructions on how to use APA style in your written work. A quick word about crediting sources. All sources must be cited in the text or body of your paper using the author's last name followed by the date of publication. Every source that you include in your paper or other written work must also appear in the reference list, in that case listed alphabetically by author. So for periodicals, which might be journals or other periodical literature that you cite, in text we're using the author's last name followed by the date of publication. In the example I've provided here, I've referenced the author at the beginning of a sentence. You may also choose to do this at the end of a sentence if it flows better or is more grammatically correct. In the reference list, we have the author's last name followed by the first initial, then the date of publication in parentheses. The title of the article appears next. The first letter of the first word only capitalized. If there's a subtitle, we capitalize the first letter of the first word there as well. The title of the publication appears next, italicized, and the first letter of each word is capitalized, followed by the volume and then the issue number. Note that the issue number is not italicized, and then the pages that the article appears on. More detailed information for citing periodical literature can be found in your APA manual on page 186 and then 198 through 202. Books may be authored or edited. In some cases, a book is authored by an organization. The in-text citation is similar. We include the author's last names followed by the date of publication. In this example, I've cited a chapter in a book, so you can see that I've attributed the idea to the authors of the chapter, not to the editor of the whole book. In the reference list, again, the authors of the chapter appear first, followed by the date of publication. The title of the chapter appears next, and then we include a statement about the authors or the editors of the book. So here you have it attributed to Billings and Halstead, and then the title of the book, first letter of the first word capitalized, and then if there's a subtitle, the first letter of the first word there capitalized as well. The title of the book gets italicized. The edition and pages, in this case for the chapter, appear next, followed by the location and the publisher. Detailed information on citing books or other non-periodical forms of literature can be found in your APA manual on pages 186 through 187 and then on pages 202 through 205. When we're referencing electronic sources, these may be websites or any online articles that you may find. The in-text citation could be a little bit different. In this case, the web page was authored by the International Nursing Association for Clinical Simulation Learning, which is also known as INACSL. So I've attributed the work to them. If there is no author for the web page, it would be appropriate to include just the URL followed by the date. If there is a date. If there's not, ND for no date. In the reference list, again, because there was an author, I can attribute it to the author followed by the date on the web page. A lot of times that information is found at the very bottom of the web page, and then the title of the web page italicized and the first letter of the first word only capitalized. If there's a subtitle to the web page or the section of the web page that you're referring to, capitalize the first letter of that as well. Then we include that it was retrieved from and provide the URL. There's various ways of citing online sources. They're scattered throughout the APA manual, but most of the information can be found on page 187, page 200, page 203, and then pages 205 through 206. When we're creating presentations such as PowerPoint slides or other slides, the same rules apply. So if in the body of the written work on each slide, we would use in-text citations when quoting or paraphrasing someone else's work. When we're using images or including images, we have to provide a citation for those as well, and there's a special way of doing that. They're included as figures in the document. and cited much as you would a figure in a paper. Then you would include a complete reference list at the end of the presentation beginning on a new slide, just as you would a reference list at the end of a paper. I found a really great video on YouTube. I've included the URL here. You don't have to write it down because I will be uploading the PDF version of this presentation into the Canvas course, and if that's the case and you download the PDF version of this, you can just click on the links. When we're creating our discussion board posts, again, it's important to attribute other people's ideas to the authors. So I've provided a picture or a snapshot here of a discussion board post that I've completed for my own course. So we would use it no different than we would if we were writing a paper. We reference the author and the date of publication in the body of the text. At the end of our discussion board post, just hit enter a couple times, write the word references as you would be writing a reference list, and include references in alphabetical order just like you would in a reference list as well. So here you can see I've cited Bambini, Washburn, and Perkins, as well as Shadish, Cook, and Campbell. It's important to note in Canvas it doesn't allow for formatting with hanging indents, so it's appropriate to just have everything left-hand justified. So I've included some helpful resources here for you. There's a link to the American Psychological Association APA style site, as well as Purdue University's online writing lab. It's called Purdue OWL. The link is there as well. It's important when you're using Purdue OWL to always compare it to the most current edition of your APA manual, because the page is not necessarily the most up-to-date information. And last, Rutgers Biomedical and Health Sciences Writing Center is available to you. The librarians there can help you with APA-style citations as well as formatting. Thank you for watching. I hope that you found this presentation helpful.